Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear student, I am Mohammad Shahjahan, lecturer, Department of English, Dania University College. First, I would like to inform you your exam schedule, that your semester exam will be held the next month. That means December 10 to 15, your semester exam will be held. And in the meantime, you will get your routine virtually, and probably you have to collect your question and answer sheet from the department or from the college. So after a long time, I'm going to teach you something virtually. And today's topic is right from a verb. So you are the student of second year, and I hope you are familiar all the topics and the question format and everything. So that's why uh, I'm not interested to discuss the question pattern or anything else. Directly, I'm going through the class. So today's topic is right from a verb. So what is verb? A verb from the Latin verb, meaning word, is a word that in sentence conveys an action, an occurrence, or a state of being. In the usual description of English, the basic form with or without the article to is the infinitive. In many languages, verbs are inflected to and code, tense, aspect, mode, and voice. And this is the definition from Wikipedia. So, uh, in our textbook or variety of books in our country, uh, in easy way, verb is a doing word. Verb is a main part of sentence that conveys the semantic meaning. So now I will discuss the right form of verb, and if you uh, listen my lecture silently and give your full attention, I hope you will be benefited. Today's is the crazy era, and we are going to a fair, but we have to win this fair by our mental strength. So I'm going to the rule one, and it's a common way that singular subject takes the singular verb and plural subject takes the plural verb. It's a common thing. That means, for example, Riyadh is a math student. Riyadh is a singular subject, and it's commonly takes the singular verb is, not are, where. And the second example, vehicles create traffic jam. That means vehicles is the plural subject, and it takes the singular verb. So singular subject commonly takes the singular verb, and plural subject commonly takes the plural verb. Now the rule 2. Uh, always we notice that verb after 2 take the base form. That means, in short, we can say verb 1. but there is something different, like is addicted to, adverse to, be used to, with a view to, look forward to, get used to, be accustomed to. After this, verb will take the ing. If you look the example, Tori went to London. That means uh, to get a good job. So here to after the get the base from. Another example, Forrest tried to join the army. That means after to there is the base form of join. But there is the similar to in the third sentence. We are looking forward to hearing from you. That means here is the to, but verb take the ing form. And similar way, I went to the stage with a view to dancing. That means dance is a verb, but after view to, with a view to, the verb takes the ing. And another example, people of Bangladesh are used to eating by their hands. That means used to. So here is the two, but it's different from the uh, simple 2 plus verb 1 is different. So you have to just remember in mind now something this word addicted to, adverse to, be used to, with a view to, look forward to, get used to, and be accustomed to. This word will take verb plus ing. So rule 3, it's a common that can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, used to, have to, need, dare, ought to. Will take the base form of verb. That means be one. For example, he can do the sum. It may rain today. Tori must study tonight. So, but in rule 2, I use the uh, used to, but used to always takes the verb 1. That means base form. And the rule 4, why plus verb plus ing. That means when the sentence begin with the word and the verb will take the ing. For example, while walking in the garden, I saw a snake. While sleeping, I dreamt a good dream. So when you will notice in a weak sentence, just keep in mind the small rules, the small example. Don't be hesitate or go in puzzle while you will see the big sentence, but just focus on the main part. And now, rule 5. Have, has, had, get, got, getting, having. After this, the verb will take the participle form, that means B3 form. That means we know that verb has the 3 form, present, past, and past participle form. In shortly, uh, in teaching English, we recognize B1, B2, or B3. That's why I'm writing here B3. B3. But I hope you are the student, very clever, and can understand it, and you are familiar with this B1, B2, B3. For example, she got married yesterday. I had my car cleaned. Having taken the money, the thief ran away. Our culture is getting westernized. So now, rule 6. It's a general rule that passive voice always take the participle form, past participle form. In the passive voice, we will notice the can be, could be, may be, might be, shall be, should be, will be, would be, must be, used to be, have to be, ought to be. After this, the verb will take the B3 form, that means past participle form. For example, the work ought to be done. He will be helped by me. That means in the passive form, the verb will take the past participle form. And this rule is a universal in English language, the grammatical part. So now rule 7. I think is easiest rule because in this level, intermediate level, we all know this. I always take am, he, she, it always take is, we, they, you always take are, and third person singular verb always take has, and third person plural verb, plural subject always take have. And if it would become for the past tense, then I always take was, he, she, was, we, they, you, were. So, for example, I'm sure of his driving car. We are going home. They have won the game. He has eaten rice. So it's a easiest rule, I think so. And now rule 8. Uh, if the sentence starts with there, and if you find the singular subject, must keep in mind that the verb will be the singular form. And if the sentence starts with there, and you will find the plural subject, and the verb must will be in the plural form. That means that's why I'm writing here there plus is, was, as, plus singular subject, and the next there plus are, were, have, plus plural subject. This also exists and is the high school level rules, I hope so. So for example, there is a mox in our village. A mox is a singular subject and there. So it's naturally takes the singular verb. There are 2 ponds. That means 2 ponds is a plural subject and it will take the plural verb are. And now rule 9. Each, every, one, any, and plus 1 or more singular subject, then it will take singular verb. There is a some confusion in this here. You have to be very careful here because a general rule that if there is something more subject aid with n, and then it will be the plural subject, but not like here. Suppose each boy and his girl was present there. Every boy and girl has been given 100 chaka. That means here you notice that there is also and there is also and. But they take the singular verb was and has. Now rule 10. Somebody and someone. These two subject take the singular verb, and some boys and sometimes take the plural verb. For example, someone has stolen the pen, and some boys have failed in the exam. And I hope this also easiest rules. And now the rule 11. Any, none, each, every, either, neither, one, of plus plural subject plus singular verb. Be careful here because after this there is a plural subject but take the singular verb. Of plural subject but take the singular verb. This is confusional rules, I hope. One of the boys is present there. That means boys is plural form. Boys is plural form. And generally, I told in my first rule that if the subject plural, then it will take the plural form. And if the subject singular, then it will take the singular form. But there is a different. one of the words. So it makes the different one, one. The, like this, none of them. Them is a plural subject, but take the subject singular. So either of them has stolen it, has. Them is the plural form, plural subject, but takes the singular part. So you have to be very careful sometimes. And now, somewhat uh, looks plural. Uh, and this makes the difficulties to the students because you have to keep in mind this word always. Like is population, public, crowd, army, congress, committee, team, government, family, peer, dozens, scenario, knowledge, 100,000, furniture, machinery. Information, rate, money, advice, poetry, gallows, ethics. Mathematics, physics, news, electronics, economics, $2 or $3, 2 or 3 miles, and so on. Like this, there is more. But uh, I'm writing here just common words which are used in English language uh, profoundly. That means these words takes always the singular verb, though they are physically looks the plural. Suppose ill news. This news looks plural, but takes the singular verb. Runs at this. Physics. That's this looks the plural, but it takes the singular verb. That means physics is a critical subject. So be careful with these words, and I suggest you to keep in mind somehow these words which will take the singular verb, though they are looking like the plural verb. And now rule 3, and this the opposite rule of rule 12 because uh, this take the plural verb. And the rule 12, the words will take the singular verb and these will take the plural verb. Like his people's back, calls trousers, scissors, branches, claws. Goats had horses. Vegetables, laws, police, casual, folk, circumstances, gentry. And these will take the plural verb. For example, his circumstances are not good. People don't eat the same food. Vegetables contain bitter, so they take the plural verb. I hope. Have you students? This rules 13 is the similar rules with the rule 12, and these words will take the plural verb. So you have to keep in mind these rules also because you know to get success or to get something there is no shortcut way. You have to give labor and efforts, and after that you will get the result. And if you think these are so easy, these are, but this not really too easy. You have to keep in mind because you are learning these roles from your primary level, secondary level, now in the higher intermediate level. But you are free to yeah, to keep in mind. So you have to be careful right now. Otherwise, in future you will not get time to learn this. And now, roll forward. Uh, something you need to share. Ho ho song which that. Uh, this follow only the before subject to choose about. That means it is I who am your friend. So the bar aim don't follow your friend. It follow the before subject I. Like that. It is you who are my friend. These are follow the before subject of who, that means you. So uh, this also important because in the exam hall, when you are in the practical level, you are confused uh, to choose the verb. So be careful here. And now, rule 50. Prefer to plus verb plus ing. That means after the prefer to, always but take that. That means Arman prefers to reading newspaper. Joynal prefers to eating veg. That means in one rule, I told that after two, verb will take the base from, but some words verb will uh, take the ing form, and this also prefer to. So we have to be careful here. And now, rule 60. Some words they are used in present indefinite tense, not in continuous tense. There is something different sometimes, but always they are used in present indefinite tense, not in continuous tense. These words are filled out here like it. Yeah. See, forget, consist, seem, sound, smell, believe, know, wish, doubt, prefer. Imagine if we are dead. Test, astonish, please understand. And these words are used to use in present indefinite tense. For example, I see the bird, I hear the news, I forget everything. And now, rule 7. Something that distance, money, time takes singular verb. That means you know the meaning of distance, money, and time. These two words are very much popular to all of you. For example, 30 miles is a long way. So it's a distance. And that's why it's take the singular verb. 100 years is a long time. It's a time. Money begets money. That means it's a common example. And now relate arithmetical operations take singular verb. For example, 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. Here is singular verb. 10 minus 5 is 5. Take singular verb. 10 divided by 2 is 5. It takes singular verb. So always keep in mind that arithmetical operations always take a singular verb. Now rule 19. These words always used in present indefinite tense, and I hope these are very inclined to the present indefinite tense. I hope these are always regularly, generally, usually, occasionally, normally, naturally, frequently, every day, daily, often. These are uh, generally linked with the present indefinite tense. For example, organizations frequently need employees who speak a standard form of English. Another example, English usually helps to get good job. He always prays his prayer, not only praise his prayer, because it's a present indefinite tense. And now, rule 30. Now, at this moment or at the moment, at present, day by day, increasing graphically, uh, is these are using in continuous tense. These are using continuous tense. That means like is mobile phone users are increasing day by day. That means increasing. day by day. That means day by day. So it takes the present continuous tense. And he is eating now. Now is the present continuous tense. So these were now where these are the moment present day by day is careful. This is the symbol of present continuous tense. I hope all of you know the structure of present continuous tense because present continuous tense subject plus and is and verb plus ing. That means present continuous tense. And now rule 21. This is also the opposite of past indefinite tense. That means yesterday, one day ago, once last, after a few days, last night, once upon a time in the past, previously. Always linked with the past indefinite tense. And for example, I received your letter yesterday. Yesterday. Here, yesterday. It's the past tense, sign of past indefinite tense. One day I borrowed a book from you. These also very important and have to be careful one day because yesterday ago once last after a few days last night once upon a time in the past previously this somehow indicate the past tense but not one day. So you have to keep in mind this. Now rule something present perfect tense something just now already achieved or lately recently immediate that these are using in present perfect tense. For example, he has transferred from data recently. The word recently carries the form of the verb. We have shifted to say place immediately. So that to be, yeah. And now rule 33. Mind what without get used to, got used to, or get used to be used to past. Can't help, couldn't help, would you mind? Always take the verb plus ing. For example, would you mind having a cup of tea? You can't help something. So be careful with this. With this. And now, rule 24. Active voice when this is am is or was or happening has been happening shall be will be shall have been will have been. I'll take the verb plus ing. For example, Shaun is doing the sound. It has been raining since morning. Since morning. Be handy to keep these rules. And now rule 25. Something after that, these verb take the two uh, like it's asked to decide to demand to forget happen to or plan to manage neglect offer playing prepare promise remember seem try what like it seems to me false we have decided to start a business that means be careful with this and now rule 26 and that means when you will find this word head waiter, head rather, would waiter, would. Late, must, need, dear, make, or sooner, head sooner. Always takes the base form of verb. For example, he had better read newspaper regularly. That means you will find the head in the past perfect tense, but participle form. But when it will be the conjuncted with the head waiter, then you have to be careful to use the um, present form of verb. That means base form of verb. Head waiter read newspaper regularly. I will not let you enter the classroom. That means here you will find the let and it will take the base form or verb form that. So be careful to use it here. And it's also these roles also very important because I noticed that all teachers wish to give uh, an example or give uh, this example in the exam paper and you will get this I hope in the right form of verb or in the completing sentence. You will get always you will get one example from here. This is time, this is high time, wish, fancy, and these words used in the past indefinite tense. Always take the past indefinite tense. That means, for example, I fancy I turn to Britain. It is high time we developed our country. Also, be careful using this. It is high time. It is time which fancy. So be careful. It will come in the right form of verb or maybe in the completing sentence. For example, uh, there will be the it is high time we dot dot dot. So you have to complete the sentence. So carefully learn this. And now rule 28, list and should. Uh, Always, if you find this structure, always use the present form. Use the present form. Whenever you will find this structure, you use the verb one or base form of the verb. For example, work first, lest you should miss the train. Read attentively, lest you should fail in the exam. So I suggest you to learn this carefully because uh, this structure commonly comes in completing sentence. So be careful to learn this and this important structure for you. Read attentively, list, dot, dot, dot. So you have to take a subject and should, must use the should. And now, rule 29. That means some unreal past. Some word indicate unreal past. If, wish, as if, as though. And this indicate the unreal past. And then it will take the wire. But it's exceptional. Rules. Uh, for example, if I am a doctor, I could take the pope. I wish I were a king. It's the unreal past. And take the bar over. So I hope it's a very important. And these also common in the completing sentence. Completing sentence. So you have to learn this also. And now, and this also called the conditional, and this very much important for the completing sentence. And the three types of conditional I used here: e plus present indefinite, and then future indefinite. Uh, so when you will notice any sentence where if, and you have to just identify one part of that sentence, whether it is present indefinite tense or future indefinite tense. If one part is the present indefinite tense, definitely the other part will be the future indefinite tense. So, for example, if he runs in the rain, he'll catch cold. So, if he runs in the rain, that means if plus present indefinite tense, and then the other part will be the future indefinite tense. And uh, uh, it it will come in the complete in completing sentence also. For another in another example, if it rains, I will go out. That means present indefinite plus future indefinite. And you have to keep in mind it can become in the middle of the sentence. Uh, so I'm going to the rule 31, and this the second conditional sentence. E plus past indefinite, then the structure will be the subject plus should, would, could, might plus base form. That means when you will find if any sentence and one part of the sentence is the past indefinite tense, then the other part will be the past conditional. That means subject plus would, could, might, should plus verb form. So for an example, if I were a doctor, I could get the post. If you came, I would go. So this is the second conditional, and commonly we know this is the second conditional. So this is also very important for the completing sentence, not only for the right form of verb. Okay, and this one the third conditional. That means if you find if any sentence and one part is the present perfect tense, then the other part will be the perfect conditional. The perfect conditional means the structure will be the subject plus might have, would have, plus uh, verb 3. That means participle form. For example, if they had started earlier, they would have reached there in time. Another, if I had seen him, I might have told him the news. So you have to be careful with this. So the first conditional is the if plus present indefinite plus future indefinite. The second conditional, uh, the if plus past indefinite, this past conditional, and third conditional if plus present perfect plus perfect conditional. So you have to keep in mind. And now rule 33, and there is the if you find any sentence, the present indefinite or present perfect tense and since, then the other part will be the past indefinite. So if you find a since any sentence, and you have to find out just one part in which sentence that part is. If you find that part is present indefinite or present perfect tense, must be the other part will be the past indefinite. So past indefinite is the common, but and present and present perfect is the side by side with the past. For example, it is many years since I came to Dhaka. Now here is the since, and first one part is it is many years is the present indefinite, and I came to Dhaka. So many years have passed since I had met her. I met her. So you have to keep in mind that. And the another rule, past indefinite tense. If one part is past indefinite tense, there you can use, and there is a since you have to use the past perfect tense. That means past indefinite tense is linked with the past perfect tense. Many years passed since I had seen her last. So this also very important. And now rule 5. This rule is called also the rules of before and rule of after. There is the shortcut rules also. We in the class, I always refer to before, and after. That means uh, uh, before. That means in a sentence, always past perfect tense will be the before of before, and past perfect tense will be the after of after. So that means before and after. So you have to be careful. And uh, in the sentence that bears the before and after, it always be past perfect and past indefinite. However, but you have to just keep in mind whether the past perfect tense will be first or later. Just you have to keep in mind this. The if any sentence you will find before, you have to just write the past perfect tense first and past indefinite tense. And whenever you will find after, you always use past indefinite tense first, and the last will be the past perfect tense. That, for example, for clearing the concept, the patient had died before. That is the before. So first part is the past perfect tense, and second part is the past indefinite tense. That means before you have to use the past perfect tense. And the second sentence, the patient died after the doctor had come. That means the same sentence for using only the before and for using only the after, the structure fully changed. And the whenever you use the before, the past perfect tense will be the first part, and whenever we use after, the past perfect tense will be the last. So I hope at your home you will study this attentively and try to keep in mind. Don't spend more time in Facebooking. Just utilize your time because now you are the master of your time. So you have to utilize your time. If you fail, you will be failing in your life. So just one thing I prefer to tell you: master your time. So keep safe and try to keep safe the people of the surroundings. And thanks.